Today we have Corey Gerstner of Bottlecapps with us. Thank you for joining us, Corey.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we'll just start nice and simple. Who are you and what is it that your company does?
Yeah, so me personally, I'm the vice president of business development for Bottlecapps. Bottlecapps is a technology solutions company. We build mobile apps and websites essentially for beer, wine, and liquor stores. So very specific to the industry, but we also provide other tech solutions that they might need to help sell products online.
Okay, and so what is your story as far as why you got into this industry specifically then?
Yeah, great question. So, some of the founding partners and original investors in the company back in 2017 approached me to join the team as the sales and marketing manager. I'd worked with a few of them on previous projects and in other jobs prior, and they thought I would be a good fit. It was a totally different industry for me. I had been in kind of telecom and natural gas and electricity sales.
Okay.
So it was a great opportunity to try something new. And then obviously, beer, wine, and spirits is a fun kind of culture
Yeah.
environment. And I thought I'd take a stab at it. But it's been a great fit and very grateful for the opportunity.
I love that. And so as far as now with, bottle caps and everything, was there a gap that you saw as far as you said with apps and everything? Is that why you decided to go into that or why you're working on that currently?
Yeah, so really the founding partners originally, that was the idea. When they looked at retail
Hmm.
in other industries, they had seen that they had already migrated to online shopping, e-commerce
Hmm.
websites, even a few apps out there. But the beer, wine, and spirits industry was way behind,
Right.
almost 10, 20 years in some cases. So they saw that as a need and an opportunity. And then having some experience in the industry, they already
Hmm.
had a lot of connections that they could drive, home on. And that was kind of how the fledgling business, became. From there, you know, with the environment with COVID and whatnot,
Hmm.
buying online, shopping online, convenience, no contact delivery, like all these things have become such a part of our world now.
Hmm.
And to be honest with you, we were 3 or 4 years early to
Okay.
the party. But a lot of our retail partners, that have been with us for years now, they look back and they're very thankful that they were ahead of the curve, not behind it, obviously.
I'm sure. Absolutely. Like, unfortunately, a lot of people are late to the party, so I'm glad you all could be early. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, as far as were there any challenges though, as far as online usage and everything with this industry? I know there can kind of be some trickiness as far as legality reasons and things like that. Where were some maybe bumps in the road along the way to play that catch up?
Yeah, alcohol is an interesting animal when it
Yes.
comes to the industry itself. I mean, there are a lot of regulations,
Hmm.
and then it's not even that they're like on a national level. They're very much state to state, even county to county in some instances. So you do have to play that game a bit. But the
Hmm.
way our model or business model is set up is we work through the retail partners. They're experts on the
Hmm.
alcohol side and the legality side, so they kind of
Right.
guide us there. We just build the technology specs to what their needs are. So
Hmm.
they can kind of manage that piece of the business, and then we do the development side and support side to make sure that they're successful. But certainly there's been bumps. Again, when you're kind of initiating a need,
Hmm.
almost before people realize it, you have to pitch your pitch, and you get rejection, and you get told that you're a little too early, or that it's not a
Right.
necessity, or oh, I think we'll be fine without it. And then as that story gets told and more people start to adopt, obviously, the line gets longer. And COVID, with the unfortunate circumstances that we've all had to go through in
Hmm.
2020, it did pose an interesting kind of, I guess, silver lining for us. And it
Right.
elevated and escalated our business. I mean, who knows, probably 10 years into the future,
Hmm.
really basically overnight. And now people are starting to come to that place where they're comfortable. Just
Hmm.
like they get their groceries delivered, they can now get their alcohol delivered. So,
Okay. And so now that people are getting more comfortable, how do you continue to create fresh opportunities for your customers?
yeah, I think it's starting with the customer itself.
Hmm.
Listening to their needs. Being insightful to their shopping behaviors, and then responding on the development side. So we do a lot of surveying of our clients, both the retail partner as well as the end shopper.
Mm-hmm.
and trying to learn what it is that we can provide. So one thing right now we're doing beta is free delivery. So kind of
Okay.
working off that Amazon Prime type model,
Mm-hmm.
where if you're a preferred customer, there are retail outlets out there that'll do your deliveries for absolutely free. So it's went very well so far, and it's something that I think we'll adopt permanently in the future. But again, it all goes back to the customer. As a tech company, sometimes you hear that word tech and you think it's a bunch of ones and zeros and a little bit
Mm-hmm.
sterile. But we really try to make Bottlecapps a company about people and product. We just happen to know code, but at the end of the day, it's still the people behind the shopping experience that matters most. So.
Mm-hmm. And so earlier you kind of explained how the retailer obviously has that expertise there as far as that industry and like you said regulations, and obviously you have kind of the tech expertise and everything. Do you think that's kind of your commonality and common ground as far as you said for the people and for the product?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a working partnership.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So we depend and we count on them to guide us
Mm-hmm.
in the direction that these products need to go. If
Right.
we build a product as fancy and tech minded as it may be,
Mm-hmm.
if they can't use it and apply it in practical situations and make sure that they're compliant in a business like this, obviously, then it's useless.
Right.
And so it is a partnership, and it's a working one at that. We're constantly updating and growing and developing new features within our technology,
Mm-hmm.
and those always come directly from the in shopper and the retailer. So absolutely, it's one that evolves in time, but it's always a collective.
Absolutely. And so, as far as things constantly evolving, like you mentioned, how do you leverage that flexibility to continue to think outside the box as well?
I think staying tuned to the industry and the trends.
Mm-hmm.
Because this industry is fairly new. And when I say this industry, e-commerce for beer, wine, and spirits specifically, things change in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of big, deals are being done, partnerships are being done, movement at all different levels of the three-tier system. So staying on top of that, trying to be out in front as often as you can, and then if not, being able to be flexible and to pivot your kind of development schedule so that you don't get left behind. You can, still push the envelope. And then need. I think all good business comes out of feeling a need,
Mm-hmm.
and right now that is part of the need is how do I consume my alcohol? Now responsible drinking is always important, but doing it safely from a
Mm-hmm.
social distancing perspective. That has changed even in our evolution, recently, and figuring out how we do that best way, and our delivery partners, how they make sure that they're doing, the right protocols and such. So it's just staying on top of trends
Mm-hmm.
and really being at the forefront.
And so now I'm personally curious as far as are there any differences in like demand and marketing as far as between beer, spirits, and wine? Because obviously you kind of have maybe some different people drink different things, or how does that work?
Sure. Yeah. So, trend in the U.S. right now, tequila is a huge
Okay.
kind of growth opportunity in terms of the spirits. But you do definitely see trends, even regionally.
Mm-hmm.
Different people in different parts of the country are drinking, different things. Also through our retail partners, since they drive a lot of the business,
Mm-hmm.
it depends kind of what their shop is known for. Are they more of a beer shop? Are they more of a liquor shop?
Right.
Um, so we do have all those data and analytics, and we try to follow those trends and then help push those products that are going to be most consumed at that given point in time. Seasonality is a big part of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
The holidays just commenced. They're huge in terms of alcohol consumption, but it's a lot of wines and higher end,
Right.
maybe whiskeys and bourbons. Whereas in the summer, you get a lot of the canned drinks, you get
Mm-hmm.
the hard seltzers, you get things that are easily consumed by a pool or in a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely kind of stay on top of some of those trends. And then our brand partners, we work with some of the biggest brands in the entire world,
Okay.
and they know obviously their brand and they're trying to push their marketing through
Mm-hmm.
our platforms. They are able to advertise in the app, advertise on the websites of our retail partners. So they kind of help us really stay on topic, I guess, and on trend with the marketing as well.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think about like the regional portion too, and I'm sure it does kind of
Yeah.
depend where
Yeah, it
you're at.
does.
It's more popular. And
Yep,
so,
for sure.
And so what would you say then is the secret sauce that sets you apart from the rest of the industry?
Yeah, bottle caps, I mentioned before, we're really trying to be consumer centric. And
Hmm.
so what is it that our clients, being the retail partners, the brands, and then the end shopper, what is it that they're looking for? And, we set out with the mission in mind to be the best technology solution company for beer, wine, and spirits, but at the most cost effective
Hmm.
route. And so these retail partners, some of them are mom and pop shops, some of them are large chains, but those smaller stores don't have just infinite budgets. So doing this in a manner that is cost effective is
Hmm.
very important to us. We're the only company in the industry in terms of a competitor that is a non-transactional, no commission fees on
Okay.
any orders we put through the platform. So they pay us a very low monthly rate. That's it. So we make
Wow.
ourselves very transparent pricing, very retailer and consumer friendly. I mentioned the free delivery that we're beta
Hmm.
testing right now. So that's the goal. Do it based on the people first, the tech
Right.
second, and then make it, cost effective for everybody involved.
Hmm. And if you can just touch a little bit deeper too, as far as that transparency, like you said, being more cost effective, how do you think that's helped like your relationships with these retailers?
Absolutely. We're very hands-on. We have a customer success team that
Okay.
handles each account after they've, signed on with us and they've been onboarded. We're giving them best practices, marketing techniques and strategies on the regular. So
Hmm.
weekly, we have a newsletter that posts, and then our guys are very hands-on and helping guide them through this new e-commerce journey. Most of them have never tackled anything like this.
Right.
And so, that's been very helpful, I think, to them. And that's the feedback that we get in our reviews or in talking with our retail partners. And it similarly works the same with the brands. Not that they are mom and pops,
Hmm.
they have large budgets, but, that hand holding and that kind of personal touch,
Right.
I think is what has definitely set us apart. And again, that's all coming from, some of these folks, mouths themselves. So
Yeah. Right. And then focusing, like you said, on the people, it goes a very long way in different aspects.
absolutely.
And for Bottlecats, what can listeners expect to find on the Instagram and Facebook pages?
Yeah, we have a whole creative team and a multimedia team that runs all of our social and some of the other site kind of marketing and graphics. But you'll see a lot. We really have two facets to our business. One is our B2B component, which is
Okay.
bottle caps. And then we have our B2C, so to the end shopper component, which is called Bottle Rover. And
Okay.
so your Bottle Rover Instagram and Facebook and social, you'll see a lot more kind of shopper facing.
Hmm.
We'll have some fun memes. We'll have certain trending products. We'll have some contests on there where you can enter a raffle to win some prizes and gifts.
Ooh.
Um, we have a few different cool ideas. We have something called BR Buds,
Okay.
which is basically a page just dedicated to puppies
Hmm.
and alcohol, right?
Okay.
So we found that the brands publish a lot of assets that have dogs in them and sharing the experience with the alcohol. So there's a lot of fun stuff we try to bring into it just to kind of engage the consumer. And then the B2B side, a little bit more business.
Hmm.
We're speaking to those retail partners, speaking to those brands. It's a little bit more straightforward kind of business approach of our products, our pricing, and what we're all about.
Okay. And so, where are the best places to go to for information, like a website or anything like that?
Absolutely. So bottle caps, and that's with two P's at the end, like apps.
Yeah.
Bottlecaps.com. That's going to be our B2B page, but it has information on all of our products. We have a portfolio of products. I think there's probably 6 or 7 different products that people can choose from and package. And then
Hmm.
bottlerover.com, you can go right online and shop. You can also watch instructional videos. You can look at that little BR Bud section. We even have a charitable cause called Rover to the Rescue. And a portion of every order that goes through our website goes to supporting pet charities and
Hmm.
shelters nationwide. So yeah, either website works, or you can go to our social pages, Bottle Caps or Bottle Rover, and follow us from there.
Perfect. I'll have to check that out myself and go order some new wines.
Yes, please do.
Perfect. Well, Corey Gerstner, thank you so much for coming on here and telling us about bottle caps. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Gabby. It was a pleasure.